Picture this for a second. A quiet morning, kids in pajamas carrying a little bowl of scraps, chickens scratching in the sunlight, soft clucking in the background. Now, here's the hard truth nobody likes to say out loud. Most backyard chickens don't die of old age. They die from simple, preventable mistakes. In this video, we're going to walk through 12 of the most common ways backyard chickens die and exactly how to prevent each one. We'll talk about the obvious ones, like predators and heat, and a couple that surprise almost everyone, like healthy powders that damage their lungs and a summer habit that quietly kills birds overnight. This isn't a fear video. It's a prevention guide for beginners so that your flock and your kids don't have to learn the hard way. If you're watching this, you're probably either about to bring home your first chicks, or you already have a small flock in the backyard and you really want to do this right. Maybe your kids have already named them. Maybe you've sketched the coop on a napkin, or you're scrolling late at night trying to figure out heat lamps, predators, and what on earth to feed them. The good news is, most of the heartbreaking chicken deaths people experience at home are not random. They come from a handful of common mistakes with heat, water, predators, chemicals, and basic health care. There are diseases and conditions we can't control completely, like Marek's or certain viral infections. But in this video, we're focusing on the everyday management mistakes, the things you can change with simple habits and a bit of planning. Here on Family Yard Kitchen, we care exactly about that. Small, calm systems that work in real backyards with real families and real schedules. You don't need a farm. You don't need a huge budget. You just need to know what to watch for. We'll go through all 12 ways backyard chickens commonly die, one by one. For each one, you'll hear what the danger actually looks like, the early warning signs, and practical ways to prevent it in an ordinary backyard. By the end, you'll be able to walk outside, look at your coop in your yard, and mentally run through a checklist. Safe? Fix that. Adjust this. We're good. All right, let's start with the danger that worries a lot of beginners, and honestly, it should. New chicken keepers often buy the same thing. A big red heat lamp hanging over fluffy little chicks. It looks cozy, right up until something shifts and that bulb gets too close to pine shavings. Heat lamps are one of the top causes of brooder and coop fires. Those bulbs run hot, often over 400 degrees F, and they're usually hanging over dry, dusty bedding, cardboard boxes, or wooden walls. If the lamp falls or the clamp slips, flames can start in minutes. There is a safer option now: Brooder heating plates. They use around 14 to 22 watts instead of 250. They don't glow red, and chicks snuggle underneath them like a mother hen. Much lower fire risk and a lot less power on your electric bill. If you do use a lamp, hang it from a solid chain, not just a clamp. Use a backup attachment, like a second chain or strong wire. Keep at least a couple feet of clear space around it. No cardboard, fabric, or loose shavings piled high. Never attach it with duct tape alone. Think of your brooder like you're baby-proofing it. If it looks even a little sketchy to you, it's worth upgrading before chicks are involved. In many backyards, the biggest predator doesn't come from the woods. It sleeps on the couch. Dogs, especially terriers, herding breeds, and young, excitable pups, have a strong prey drive. To them, a flapping, running chicken looks like the best toy in the world. The story often goes like this: "Honestly, he's such a sweet dog. He loved watching the chicks through the brooder. I just thought I could let them meet. I turned around for 1 second." Even if the dog doesn't mean to kill, a single grab, shake, or pounce can be fatal. To prevent that, train first, chickens second. Work on solid leave it and come commands long before you do introductions. Use a leash and a fence for the first meetings. Let the dog get used to the smell and movement at a safe distance. For digger breeds, bury your wire or hardware cloth at the bottom of your run. Give chicks a dog-free zone for their earliest weeks. Cats are usually more interested in chicks than full-grown hens, but they can still injure small birds. Treat that introduction just as carefully. If you're busy and can't commit to serious training right now, that's okay. Just assume your dog will chase chickens and build your fencing and routines around that assumption. As soon as the sun goes down, your chickens can't see well. They go still, hop up on their roosts, and trust that the walls around them are strong enough. Out in the dark, a whole list of predators wakes up. Raccoons, foxes, coyotes, neighborhood dogs, weasels, owls, and hawks at dawn. Here's where many beginners get surprised. Chicken wire keeps chickens in. It does not keep predators out. Raccoons can reach right through it. Weasels and rats can slip through gaps. A determined dog or fox can tear it apart. A safer choice for the vulnerable parts of your coop and run is half-inch hardware cloth. It's a stiff wire mesh that keeps birds in and predators out. For ground predators, line the bottom of your run with hardware cloth. Either bury it 8 to 12 inches down or create a wide apron that extends outward along the ground. This stops digging from foxes, coyotes, dogs, and weasels. For raccoons, assume they have little hands and a lot of time. Simple slide bolts or hook latches are not enough. Use screw lock carabiners or latches that require 2 motions and almost human-like grip. For hawks and owls, cover smaller runs with netting, wire, or sturdy bird-safe mesh. In open areas, you can string twine or rope in a random crisscross pattern overhead so large birds can't easily swoop. Add a few bushes, pallets, or low structures so chickens have somewhere to bolt and hide. A great safety upgrade for busy families is an automatic coop door that closes at dusk and locks. If you ever get home late or lose track of time, the door still closes before predators get active. When you're building or buying your coop, ask yourself, if I were a hungry raccoon or dog, where would I break in? Then fix that first. Rats and mice love chicken feed. So a lot of people reach for bait blocks and pellet poisons to solve the problem. The hidden danger isn't just the poison itself. It's the poisoned rodent your chickens find later. Many common baits are either powerful neurotoxins, anticoagulants that cause internal bleeding, or vitamin-based poisons that mess with calcium levels in the body. A mouse or rat eats the bait, stumbles out, and dies somewhere. Then a curious hen finds the body and pecks at it like a snake. A few hours or days later, she suddenly becomes weak, wobbly, starts bleeding, or simply dies without a clear reason. To prevent this, avoid using outdoor poisons around chickens whenever you can. Focus on rodent-proof feed storage, metal cans with tight lids, no feed left out overnight, and clean areas under the feeder. If you must use poison, keep it in locked, tamper-resistant bait stations in areas your birds can't reach, and understand there is still risk. Many keepers prefer snap traps in enclosed boxes that only rodents can enter. When it comes to poison, think beyond the rat. Assume anything that eats that rat. Your chickens, your dog, wildlife could be the next victim. If your chickens share a barn, garage, or shed with tools and supplies, this one's important. Chickens are extremely curious. If they can reach a shelf, a bucket, or a drip on the floor, they'll peck it. Things like bleach, gasoline, motor oil, antifreeze, weed killers, old livestock medicines, paint thinners, and solvents can all be deadly if swallowed. Even small exposures can damage organs or make birds very sick. A few simple habits make a huge difference. Keep all chemicals in closed cabinets or high shelves chickens can't reach. Clean up spills fully before you let birds back into the area. Don't let chickens into the garage or workshop when you're actively spraying or painting. Wash your hands after handling chemicals and before handling birds, eggs, or feed. As a general rule, if you wouldn't want a toddler to lick it, don't leave it where a chicken can. Chickens need small stones and grit to help grind their food in the gizzard, so they're constantly picking up little bits from the ground. If your run or yard has broken glass, bits of wire, screws, nails, staples, or old metal, a hen can easily grab the wrong thing. That sharp piece can lodge in her gizzard or somewhere along the digestive tract and cause bleeding or infection. Sometimes she'll just seem off for a day or two. Sometimes she'll die suddenly, and you'll never know why. Add to that the risk of old lead paint chips, corroded batteries, and general junk in older properties. Those can slowly poison birds over time. Prevention here is simple but important. After any building project, walk the area slowly and pick up stray nails, screws, and wire. Use a magnet on a stick if you have one to find hidden metal. Keep trash piles, broken bottles, and old farm junk fenced off from where chickens roam. 5 minutes of cleanup after your project can prevent a loss you'd never even connect to that old box of nails. If there's one thing chickens can't go without for very long, it's water. In normal weather, an adult hen often drinks 500 to 800 milliliters of water a day. In hot weather, that can easily double. If the water runs dry in the middle of a heat wave, they can go downhill very fast. Early signs of heat stress look like panting with an open beak, wings held out away from the body, lethargy, standing still or not wanting to move, very pale combs in severe cases. To protect them in summer, give them multiple water stations, not just one. That way, a bully hen can't guard it and keep others away. Keep drinkers in the shade and refill them more often than you think you need to. On extreme heat days, offer electrolytes designed for poultry and float ice jugs or frozen water bottles in the waterers. Make sure they have shade and airflow, open windows, vents, or a fan outside the run, never blowing directly into dust. And remember, a hen that goes without water for even part of a hot day may survive, but her egg production and overall health can be affected for weeks. When the forecast says heat warning, your chicken's survival plan starts with one word: water. Treats are fun. Kids love tossing leftovers to the flock and watching the chaos. But some human foods are genuinely dangerous to chickens. Chocolate, caffeine, coffee grounds, tea, soda, very salty snacks like chips or processed meats, raw or dried beans, especially kidney beans, moldy or spoiled foods, avocado skins and pits. They contain a toxin called persin that's especially risky for birds. Plants in the nightshade family deserve extra caution. Potato peels and green potato parts are best avoided. Tomato leaves and stems are toxic. Ripe tomato fruit is fine in moderation, but don't let that confuse you into feeding the whole plant. Apple seeds and rhubarb leaves do contain toxins too. A small number of apple seeds here and there isn't likely to suddenly kill a chicken, but there's no benefit to feeding them on purpose. Rhubarb leaves are better kept out of reach altogether. Good rules of thumb. Treats should be no more than about 10% of their total diet. If you're not sure whether something is safe, skip it and compost it instead. When in doubt, a scoop of their regular feed is always a better treat than random leftovers. Letting chickens roam through the garden feels natural and fun. They eat bugs, help with weeds, and aerate the soil a bit as they scratch. But some common garden plants and wild mushrooms can be dangerous. Plants like foxglove, lily of the valley, some ornamental nightshades, rhubarb leaves, and yew are toxic to both humans and animals. Chickens are pretty good at avoiding some bitter, unpleasant plants, but their instincts aren't perfect. After a rain, wild mushrooms can pop up overnight. Some are harmless, some are not. And there's no simple way to tell by sight unless you're an expert. To keep your flock safe, take a slow walk around your yard and identify what's growing where your chickens roam. Fence off or block access to beds with known toxic plants, especially at chicken height. After heavy rain, do a mushroom patrol in the yard and remove any you see in the main foraging areas. If you're planting a new bed, lean toward non-toxic, bird-friendly plants where your flock will be. Think of yourself as the editor of what they have access to. They'll still peck at all sorts of things, but you control the menu. Many older stories about chickens say things like, "Oh, they just ran around the farm and ate whatever, and we got some eggs." Back then, hens laid fewer eggs, and many didn't live very long. Modern backyard chickens, especially good laying breeds, are like little athletes. They need balanced nutrition to lay consistently and stay healthy. Common signs of long-term underfeeding or poor diet include weight loss or a sharp breastbone, dull, broken, or ragged feathers, soft or thin eggshells, fewer eggs or erratic laying, birds picking at each other's feathers out of frustration. To prevent this, offer a complete, age-appropriate commercial feed free choice, always available during the day. Don't let the feeder run empty day after day. Treat scratch grains, kitchen scraps, and free ranging as extras, not the main meal. In winter, they may need more calories to stay warm. In summer, they may eat less feed but drink much more water. Healthy chickens are built on boring daily routines: a filled feeder, fresh water, and a quick look around the coop. It doesn't look fancy, but it quietly prevents a lot of suffering. Chickens are prey animals. In the wild, a bird that looks weak is a target, so they're very good at hiding illness. By the time a hen looks obviously sick, she may have been struggling for days or weeks. Internal parasites, like worms, and external parasites, like mites and lice, can drain a bird's energy slowly. Pale comb and wattles, weight loss even though she's eating, fluffed up feathers, low energy, messy vent, diarrhea or strange breathing. One of the best habits you can build is a weekly mini health check. Pick up each bird briefly. Check the eyes, clear and bright, no bubbles or crust. Look at the comb, good color, not very pale or darkened. Lift the feathers under the wings and around the vent. Look for tiny moving specks or clumps of eggs on the feather shafts. Check the feet. No big scabs, bumblefoot, swelling, or thick, crusty scales. If you see something worrying, write it down and, if possible, call a poultry-savvy vet. There are licensed dewormers and treatments in many regions, but because regulations vary, it's safest to use them with veterinary guidance. Catching things early often makes the difference between a bird that recovers and a bird you lose overnight. Diatomaceous earth, or DE, has a bit of a miracle powder reputation online. Some people sprinkle it everywhere, in the bedding, on the roosts, in the dust bath, even in the feed. In reality, it's a fine silica dust, and when it's all over the coop, it can cause problems. When birds, or humans, breathe that dust over and over, it can irritate their lungs and airways. In small, enclosed coops with poor ventilation, that irritation can be serious. It can also dry out their skin and feathers if it's heavily overused. You don't need to throw it out completely if you like it, but it's wise to be cautious. If you dust the coop, take the birds out first and wear a mask yourself. Use a light hand and avoid giant clouds of powder. Mix it with other dust bath materials instead of using it straight. Prioritize fresh, dry bedding and good airflow as your main defense against mites and moisture. More powder is not more protection. Clean, dry, and well ventilated usually beats coated in dust. So, Those are 12 of the most common, preventable ways backyard chickens die. Brooder fires from risky heat lamps, family pets acting on instinct, predators testing weak coop spots, poisons and chemicals left where curious beaks can find them, hidden sharp junk and old toxins in the soil, dehydration and heat stress in summer, dangerous treats in garden plants, neglect, poor nutrition, skipped health checks, and overdoing products like diatomaceous earth. The goal isn't to scare you away from chickens. It's the opposite. With a few calm routines, secure latches, fresh water, good feed, and weekly check-ins, you can prevent most of these problems before they ever reach your flock. As weather gets more extreme, store prices go up, and more families rely on their own eggs and compost, having a safe, resilient little flock in the backyard matters more than ever. That's the rhythm we're always working toward here at Family Yard Kitchen. Quiet mornings, healthy birds, simple systems that fit around real life. If you'd like a simple, step-by-step guide to setting up a safe coop, protecting your flock from predators, and building daily routines that kids can help with, our book, Backyard Chicken Basics, goes much deeper into all of this in a calm, practical way. If you found this video helpful, you might like to watch the next one on Next. And if you'd like more family yard ideas, from chickens to compost to garden beds, feel free to subscribe and stick around. Here's to a safe little flock, many baskets of eggs, and a backyard that quietly takes care of your family.